You what up? So I figured now would be a good time to dig back into some of these documentaries. So I have Saiki's documentary loaded up, ready to go. We're going to take a look at this. I have probably like 2 hours, I think, of recording time set aside today. So there should be a decent chunk of content coming out for the channel. A couple of things before we get started. If you haven't heard, giveaways are now a staple in the channel. Yes, that is correct, ladies and gentlemen. This video did so well, I thought that I would make it a monthly staple on the channel. So for this month, we are giving away the either your choice of the Amazon AirPod Pro 2, whatever, you know, this thing, you can see it, you know what it is. I said Amazon, it's Apple, you know what I meant. Or if you don't like Apple, because they killed your parents, the Galaxy Buds 2. Your choice. Now, catch, you do have to be subscribed to the cover charge on the Patreon in order to enter to win. However, beyond that, it's a random drawing. So, at the end of the month, let's see, how many days are in this month? 30. So on June 30th, I will choose a winner at random from somebody who is subscribed to the cover charge here on the Patreon. $3.50 a month gets you entered for a chance to win each month concurrently. Also, we're limiting spots. That's what we're going to do. We're limiting spots on the cover charge here, I think, for at least 1 month to try it out to see how it goes. To 100. So only 100 people have the chance to enter. So that means $3.50 gets you a 1% chance to win. It's a little bit like the lottery, but with a lot better odds. Check it out. All right, let's dig into the content.
Band-Maid. What a band. Am I right?
That's right.
Can you imagine that they had just celebrated their 9 years as a band a few days ago? Do you remember the first time you heard about Band-Maid?
I sure do.
I was thinking, what is this name? Mocking them before even listening to them. I'm sure a lot of you had the same thoughts.
I didn't.
And then, after starting
I didn't, but, you know, I came from a different perspective. I heard about them through doing the channel, so, you know, also I had listened to Baby Metal first, so I already knew not to, you know, judge a band by their name.
to watch them, listen to their music, the laughing stopped.
Almost immediately.
And we were just stunned by their talent. We all remember the first time we listened to Band-Maid, right? How could we forget that moment? That feeling. This band changed a lot of us, and still is. But who are they? Who are the members of this incredible band? A lot of you know a lot about them, but I'm pretty sure that a lot more don't. Let me tell you a bit of their story, and maybe answer some of the questions you might have with the information that they shared on their multiple interviews. Who will be first? Let's see. We could start with the last member to join. What do you think? All right. Let's begin with Saiki.
It's so captivating.
Saiki was born on February 8th, 1994, in Yamanashi, a prefecture not far from Tokyo. She spent her childhood
My little brother is older than her. Stop. My little brother is older than Saiki. I'm having an existential crisis about this. I'm sorry.
with her mother and her stepfather, as her parents are divorced. Her mother was born and raised in Osaka, and Saiki describes her mother as a person who doesn't hold anything back and could be very aggressive. A more intense version of Saiki, if you will. I guess
That's hard to
now you
imagine.
understand where her stage character comes from. It's not just a character, after all. Saiki was introduced to music at a very early age, around 8 or 9, when her mother took her regularly to the izakaya of her mother's friend, a Japanese pub where you can drink, talk loud, and even sing. Speaking of singing, this particular izakaya had a karaoke, where Saiki was able to sing a lot. Growing up, Saiki developed other passions like fashion and shoes, to name a few. Talking about shoes, You can
You know,
find
that's
videos.
actually kind of interesting because it's low key kind of like running in the background the whole time. I've felt like Saiki has, like, her fashion sense is more, what would you say, refined than the rest of the group. I don't know. Just like I said, I haven't really like formulated the thought, but it's kind of been there.
Of her showing a room full of sneakers in a series called Maid's Room, available for Omeshu Sama members. She also loves to do her nails, and she has posted a lot of photos of her nails done on her Instagram, along with her modeling photos where she poses with various types of clothes. Saiki is even one of the main models when it comes to feature Band-Maid clothes for the official shop website. Saiki is also a huge fan of trains. She likes to take photos and visit museums like the Kyoto Railway Museum, where she went in 2016. But there is something else very present in Saiki's daily life, and it's the only other topic you can see on her Twitter account: the Japanese baseball team, Hanshin Tigers. Saiki is a huge fan of this team that she has supported for a long, long time. She retweets every victory, and sometimes she just tweets about them. She even talked about the Hanshin Tigers during the radio show she hosted with Miku in 2021. Even though Saiki was very influenced by her mother when it came to music, she became a huge fan of Namie Amuro just a few years later, and asked to attend a dance school while she continued to sing songs from all genres. Her mother tried to convince her to go to an audition, but Saiki was not very confident about her voice, thinking that it was not possible for her to sing and dance like her idol. Until one day, for her birthday, Saiki asked to go to Tokyo to check out life in the big city. It was during that trip that she was scouted from the same agency that managed Namie Amuro.
Wow.
We're now at the start of Saiki's career, first modeling, taking singing lessons, a small appearance as a dancer in a music video from May J called Garden, and then scouted one more time during those lessons by her current agency to audition for a newly formed band. An interesting opportunity, right? Oh, I forgot something. Remember those dance lessons Saiki took? Well, you might wonder where her mesmerizing moves come from. Now you know. All right, let's get back to Saiki's audition. At first, she was just informed that a band was looking for a lead singer. She didn't know the name of the band, any of the other members, nor the particularity of this band. The manager of Band-Maid at this time knew that Saiki would immediately refuse if she had any idea of what was waiting for her with this audition. What a risky move, don't you think? Imagine if he told her.
Yo, this band is built on risky moves, though. This band is built on risky moves. That's why they're so endearing.
And she just passed on the audition. What would have happened? Well, thankfully, we don't have to think of this possibility.
That's right.
Anyway, Saiki was invited to listen to the band and sing with them to see if she was a good fit. The other members weren't there when she arrived, but the agency president told her about the concept of the band and, well, Saiki was not really happy about that. But fortunately, for everyone, her desire to follow her passion and sing for a living was bigger than ever. So she passed the audition with a lot of second thoughts, like, maid costumes? Really? For a rock band? Will that work? Saiki is not the kind of person who likes to sing cute songs and force herself to be cute just for the sake of it. And don't worry, she will let you know about it pretty quickly. Saiki will also be the first to say that a song is bad if she thinks so. Honesty up front. Band-Maid performed their first Okyuji with Saiki on August 22nd, 2013 at the Shibuya AX in Tokyo. You can see the short video posted by Akane on Twitter 2 years later. Also, this is the first and only Okyuji where Saiki wears an apron, as she took care of it right after the show. Rest in peace, little apron. You probably won't be missed, though. After their debut, Band-Maid continued to perform live for 13 performances between August and December 2013. This was the start of a long and wondrous journey for all of them. Saiki has always been very careful with her body and lifestyle. She is known for eating mostly healthy, drinking the occasional beer, and doing a lot of physical exercise. I'm sure she knew at this time that a lot of shows were planned and she had to stay in shape. Even though their first Okyujis might have been pretty short, considering they didn't have a lot of songs in their repertoire, if you look at the set lists from a few years before COVID, Band-Maid performed more than 20 songs at every show. That's at least... You know what? Let's do some quick statistics. According to Setlist FM, Band-Maid performed 399 times between 2013 and 2019.
Wow.
This is more than a concert every 6 days. How insane is that? And their busiest year was 2016, where they performed 101 times.
Good Lord.
That's more than a concert every 4 days. I can't even imagine how intense this year would have been for all of them.
That's amazing.
Oh.
Like, again,
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it just speaks to the work ethic. It's just like, look, we already talked about how, oh my God, this actually really does reflect both aspects of what makes this band amazing, because we already talked about how this band is built on risky decisions, but at the same time, it's like, it's supported by this absolute insane work ethic. And so I think this really does like highlight both aspects of what's amazing about the band. It's like the work ethic. And so they're driven to do these shows. They're driven to write music. They're driven to perform. They're driven to push the boundaries of their own capabilities. And at the same time, they make risky decisions. They make decisions that like people on the outside go, what, do you really want to maid costumes? That's what you're going to go with? But it's like, if you listen to their music, both aspects of that are present in their music. There's like the chaos of like, what the fuck is happening in this song? But also, like I've said it multiple times, there's always some anchor in the song to keep you as a listener from feeling overwhelmed by it. And it's just like, it's reflected in the song and in the way that they approach like what the band is to them. It's really kind of awesome.
I was actually trying to imagine it. Anyway. They played 545 songs this year, so that's a song and a half per day. Well, you would have no excuse to seeing them live this year. I mean, if you were in Japan or close to one of the 9 countries outside of Japan where they travel to, and aware of their existence, of course.
Sure.
That's right. Even with all these performances, Band-Maid had time to travel to 9 countries for their brand new made release tour World Series. If there is a word that will never fit Band-Maid, it's definitely lazy.
That's true.
Even though those numbers are really impressive, it quickly became too much for Saiki, as she wasn't used to singing that much in such a short period of time, and her throat just couldn't take it anymore. For 2 years, between 2015 and 2017, her throat suffered to the point where her voice became half as powerful as it was when she joined Band-Maid, and her vocal technique was also really limited at this time. At the end, she couldn't record an entire song the same day. She had to rest a few days between takes to ensure she didn't lose her voice for good. Saiki was even forced to speak very faintly for a while and used her voice only for singing. This was a lot of stress
sorry,
for a young...
it just reminds me of the episode of Metalocalypse. Maybe I'm like, I don't know, dating myself a little bit, but where Squizgar takes out an insurance policy on his hands, and then the insurance agency places his hands in like the the diamond glass case to keep them. That's just. She just can't sing. She's got to put her voice away to keep it safe. I don't know.
Lead singer who bet everything on her singing career. Terrified by the idea of having to rely on surgery, Saiki tried everything to avoid it, but finally realized that she would not be able to sing anymore if she waited any longer. In the summer of 2017, she finally made up her mind and decided to go for it to get, as she likes to say, her new throat. With the help of a vocal coach who had experience with this kind of surgery, Saiki is now able to sing even better than before.
Wow.
And improve her technique while taking care of her throat and her voice. All right, let's hear Saiki's voice through the years. This is 1 year before Saiki's surgery during an interview for Japan in Motion.
本当にお給仕始める時にお給仕始めますって言ってから第1音を鳴らすんですけど、そのお給仕始めますの時ははーみたいな顔してるんですけど、一発目の音出したらえっていう顔するんで、みんなでしめしめみたいな。
You can hear that her throat seems to be already in bad shape. Let's move to November 2017 with the Shinkiba Studio Coast Live that happened just 4 months after her surgery. You can hear that her voice is not there yet, but she is already incredible. Let's finish our journey with the song Freedom in different live versions through 2016 to 2022. The following recordings are not all from professionals, so don't mind the audio quality for some parts. I hope you will hear enough of her voice just the same. Band-Maid is now 9 years old, and as she created the band, Miku was always the one to present the band during TV appearances, talk during MCs, or answer to interviews. She was, and still is, the one making a show by playing her cute maid persona during all their performances. She is the public image of Band-Maid. I mean, she was. Because for a few years now, even though she doesn't talk much, Saiki is at Miku's side for almost all public appearances. We see her speak,
テレビアニメのプラチナエンドというですね。
laugh, clap too late while staring at you without blinking.
2017に出演が決定してますぽー。わーい。
She even joined Miku on Band-Maid Nippon, a 20-minute regular radio show available on Nippon Broadcasting System, a sister company of their label Pony Canyon. This radio show aired during the pandemic and was about nothing in particular, actually. Saiki and Miku talked about their life, their passion, played some games, read some emails sent from fans from all over the world, and just had fun.
バイキングに置いてあるカニ全部食べたっぽね。
食べた。
で、係の方がカニを補充しに持ってきてくださるんですけど、もうほぼほぼお店に誰も人いなくなって。
いなかったよ。
いなかった。
お客さんがいなかった。
そんなにいなかったっぽ。もう。
いや違う、2人だけだったんだよね、もう。
もう、あれ2人だけだったの？
そうだよ。
そうだったっけ？
意外と広かったから端にもいるだろうって思ってた。
いなかったっぽ、もうあの時。
As usual, Miku talked way more than Saiki, but Saiki did her part. And I'm sure that a lot of you hope that they will participate in a project like this one in the future. Saiki also started to talk during Okujis. That's right. We now have Saiki doing MCs. And as you already know, Saiki always speaks her mind. I have something to show you. There it is. This is an MC she did during the online Okuji in February 2021. Let's watch it, but be careful. There will be tears.
武道館は通過点でゴールではないので、まだまだもっと広い会場の場所でするし、連れてってあげるし、もっともっといい曲を届けてあげるので、もう少し元気に頑張りましょう。では、ご主人様お嬢様に届けます。聞いてください。
From model to lead singer, from shy girl to strong woman, Saiki keeps climbing the steps of her career, going through her fears, a life-changing surgery, showing more of herself and being more active as a lead member to become the hard-working singer whose voice resonates inside every maniac all over the world, touching their heart and, for some of them, saving their life. To whomever scouted Saiki and cast her to join Band-Maid, I have only this to say. Well done, and thank you.
Well, there you have it. Saiki documentary. Fascinating. I had no idea about the surgery to her voice. I had no, or throat, whatever. I had no idea. It's like the more I learn about this band, the more it makes sense how much they resonate with people and with me specifically. It's almost like I know all of this stuff already because you can tell, like you there's the emotion or the feeling or the, I guess, like the creative imprint or creative fingerprint that it permeates all of their stuff, kind of carries the essence of who they are as individuals and who they are as a band. And so learning this stuff, it's fascinating, but at the same time, it's like it almost couldn't be any other way. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I feel about it. So I'm really enjoying this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, if you can, feel free to drop a super thanks, because, you know, again, making terrible decisions with the whatever from the channel. So please support my terrible decisions if you're a fan of them. Also, head to the Patreon, subscribe to the cover charge here so you can be entered for your chance to win. I don't know what I'm going to do with the content on the cover charge here. Don't ask me about it yet, okay? But for right now, I know for a fact that if you're on the cover charge here, you also are going to be entered for monthly giveaways for, you know, and there are spaces limited for that. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get out of here. I'm actually not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to record more stuff, you know. But yeah, you know, it's a trick. Okay, love you. Bye.